Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Fatihah Najiha Binti Mansor. With my partner Arif, Asyraaf bin Muhammad Hashim are going to present our research study which entitled Factors that Contribute to Academic Stress among Students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. We are from KAM 2286C and our supervisor is Madam Azni Syafena Binti Andin Salamat. Background of study. Health is a state of mental, physical and social well-being and is not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. The definition of stress has a different meaning for the different perspective of people, where stress is a feeling of emotional and physical tension that damages a person mentally and physically. The academic stress can negatively affect academic achievement of the student in addition to affect general health and well-being, and for those with a higher level of academic stress were found to achieve a poorer grade in examination. According to a scholar, there is a comprehensive evaluation of 13 studies where the higher stress level are linked to the lower quality of life and well-being in people who are pursuing in higher education. Problem statement. Academic stress is one of the drivers that affect and threaten our state of mind and well-being. There is a research conducted in Malaysia that shows prevalence of a moderate to extremely severe level of stress that involved undergraduate students that was ranged from 12.9% to 21.6% respectively. According to a scholar, the insufficient financial support from the related parties could affect the academic achievement or performance of the students and could be worse if they become dropout when it leads to the academic stress. Academic stress also contributed by the family pressure, where the supportive family and toxic family are both give a different kind of the contribution to the academic stress. Other than that, peer pressure or influence that drive and shape the behavior and lifestyle of the student in the university also contribute to the different kind of outcomes. Lastly, the time management of the students, where the student need to manage their time properly and effectively in order to fulfill their requirement needed as a student, or poor time management can affect their performance and achievement that leads to the academic stress. Here is the research question for the study. Here is the research objective of the study. Conceptual framework. The dependent variable of the studies is academic stress, where there are 4 independent variables which are family pressure, financial pressure, peer pressure and time management.
Next, Arif bin Hashim will continue this verbal presentation. First, I will explain on the research methodology and the procedure details that has been used to collect the data required for the study analysis on the variables that contributes to academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. So, the research design of this study is using the quantitative methods that the question is distributed via Google Form online questionnaire. So, we acquired the responses data through the sharing of questionnaire at WhatsApp group for each semester group for semester 1, semester 3, semester 4, semester 5 and lastly semester 6. So, where is the student from semester 2? It is because there is no student intake for semester 2. So, the researcher also do the direct approach to batchmate and junior from the same course. The cross-sectional study also been applied, where the researchers observe the variable without influencing respondents. Researchers also use the Cratchit and Morgan 1970 method to determining sample size of 217 respondents from 491 population. So, simple English has been used in the questionnaire items to ensure the respondent can understand well about the question provided by the researcher. Besides, the data collected in this study were used in analyzing by using SPSS version 26. This includes the converting raw data into a structured DOM that may be used to offer informative for research output. And then SPSS also function to run and analyze descriptive statistics to get mean and SD, which is standard deviation. Plus, the researcher also used Pearson correlation to analyze the correlation between family pressure, financial pressure, peer pressure, and lastly time management with academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. So, to determine the significance factors that affect the contribution of academic stress, multiple regression analysis had been used, and then the correlation between factors on independent variable were analysed using the Pearson correlation test to get the value. Okay, now we present about the demographic of the respondents. In this slide, I will explain about the demographic profile of respondents taken in this research study. As referred to the upper table, the dominant gender of our respondents are from the group of female with 170 respondents. Most of the respondents are from the group at the age range from 31 to 22 years old. Next highest number of respondents collected from semester 6 students with 56 respondents. Furthermore, in terms of academic entry requirement, most of the respondents are from the foundation and matriculation. Majority of the respondents use the financial aids from loan with 135 respondents use this kind of financial aids. Now for reliability testing, we will discuss on the goodness of measurement, which is reliability analysis. For this study, research applied the table from Sekaran and Bogi 2010 and Shah 2008. The table will based on the crush bar alpha value to determine correlation coefficient and interpret the acceptance value. The value that researchers collected from the research study is accepted as good interpretation as the result of crush bar alpha value for all variables is between 0.8 to 1 value. The research objective first is to know the level of academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. Okay, the result shows the main score for dependent variables item are between agree and strongly agree. This is referred to the value of main score for each item. The level are determined based on the value of main score for the interpretation by Sekaran and Bogi. Since the average main score is 4.034, the result indicates that students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH have high level of academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. So, the hypotheses are accepted. Move on to research objective 2 is to examine the relationship between family pressure and academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. Okay, for this correlation which is between family pressure and academic stress, results shows the R value is 0.272. Next, the P value for this independent variable is 0.000, less than 0.5, which significantly positive relationship between family pressure and academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. So, the hypothesis for this independent variable are accepted. Objective 3 is to examine the relationship between financial pressure and academic stress among the students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. For this correlation, which is between financial pressure and academic stress, results shows that the R value is 0.604. Next, the P value for this independent variable is 0.000, less than 0.5, which significantly positive relationship between financial pressure and academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. So the hypothesis for this independent variable are also accepted. Next, for the research objective 4 is to examine the relationship between peer pressure and academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. Okay, for this correlation which is between peer pressure and academic stress, result shows that the R value is 0.617. Next is P value for this independent variable is 0.000, less than 0.5, which significantly positive relationship between peer pressure and academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. So the hypothesis for these independent variables are still accepted. Next is research objective 5 is to examine the relationship between time management and academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. For this correlation, which is between time management and academic stress, result shows that the R value is 0.622. Next, the P value for this independent variable is still 0.000, less than 0.5, which significantly positive relationship between time management and academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. So, the hypothesis for this independent variable are also accepted. Okay, for the last research objective C is to investigate the dominant factor that most influential or contribute to academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH. So, based on the result, it shows that the family pressure are most influential factor that contribute to academic stress since the p-value is 0.000 less than 0.5 and the value of standard beta is largest value among all independent variables with 0.466 value of beta. For the recommendation part for this research study, researchers provided 4 recommendations to help students reduce their contribution of academic stress. Okay, so for the first recommendation is to allow parents' participation in students' appreciation program. Example given, program Majlis Anugerah Dekan or Dean Award Ceremony. Second recommendation is by provide part-time job for students to help financially. Next, by propose students to choose a good circle wisely. And last recommendation is by utilizing academic advisor role known as penasihat academic. Next is research limitation. Limitation of study. Firstly, this study has been conducted at UiTM KEDAH among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science only. So, the data cannot be generalized in other university and courses. Next, this study only focus on a course in a campus which conclude the small population of study. In addition, this study used the quantitative method, not mixed and not qualitative. So lastly, the research only focus on 4 factors that could misleading the data as there is high probability that there are more than these 4 factors that contributes to academic stress. So we're coming to the end. In conclusion, the research of this research has contributed to the current literature on the factors contribute to academic stress among students in Bachelor of Administrative Science at UiTM KEDAH significantly. Moreover, researchers identified that most influential factors that contribute the academic stress is family pressure as it has significant correlation and high value of beta among other variables. And that's all from us, the researchers of this study. Thank you, our respective panelists. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.